In this video, we will see different kind of parenting and different examples, the organic one and the mechanical one. So here you have an organic character, okay? You have so this usually I sell it, but I will let you this into the source files like this. You can experiment with that, but in case you want to buy it, just go into Superhive website that they sell blend. It's a Blender market before. And anyway, here is just an organic model, and you can see that here I have specific shapes, but this is the rig, okay? This is the rig inside the edit mode that you can see the real shape of the rig over there. But here you can see that if I go into pose mode and make a rotation of this, for example, you can see that here I will have deformation of the bone, of the character itself, okay? Just like this. You can see this deformation over there. So this is the way of parenting an organic model, okay? And there is another one. It's the parenting a robotic one. So here we have a robot, and we don't want any deformation in that case. So that's why here we have a bone that will just move the objects, the different objects that we have. I come back in this view like this, you will see better what's happening. You can see that here the forearm rotates, but there is no deformation because we want something hard surface, so robotic one. So I will save you these two files, into the source files like this. You can experiment a little with this. So it's a little gift that I make to you actually. And we have the two ways of parenting. Now let's go into another Blender instance, okay? And what I will do, I will show you how it works with there's two ways of parenting with the basics of that, really basic. So I will just maybe just go into something that will take less memory like this. It will not change this, and I will go there, enable the screencast keys, and we will see two basic examples. So here what we will have an armature, and in front view, orthographic view, I will make easy one. I will make an extrusion into the z-axis 1 meter and shift R a few times just to have a basic armature like this, okay? Maybe I go one time more like this. I have 8 bones. Okay, let's say this. Now I would like to add a cylinder. So I will add a cylinder. And here, so this cylinder will be this kind of shape. So let's make a scale, something like that. In edit mode, I make everything in edit mode. It's important because we don't want any informations here into the object mode, into the item here. We don't want any informations for these two objects. It's very important, this. So I make GZ like this, just to fill the space. And as I want my object to be deformed, I will just make Ctrl R and add a lot of loops like this. Or if I don't have these loops, I will not have the possibility to deform my object, okay? So what I will do now, I will just select my armature and go with the in front option into the viewport display. Like this, it can show my armature inside. And the first way of parenting this is select the object, then select the armature. So object in orange, armature in yellow, and with Ctrl P, you will make a set parent to object with armature deform here. And we will choose automatic weights. You see that you have 3 different options here with empty groups. So it will not create groups that will be deformed. Basically, it creates groups of vertices inside the mesh that are related to each bone, okay? And here with envelope weights, the envelope is the way of deforming that we did see in the last video with the view with envelopes. It's not really something useful actually now. It's an old way of doing this. The best way is to choose automatic weight. And what it will make, it will create for each bone a kind of zone around the bone that will be related to this bone. And you can see that here inside the mesh now I have vertex groups. And to visualize that, I can go into weight paint and see these groups. Okay, so this is really helpful. And now if I go in pose mode into that one with Control Tab here, I can just deform the object very easily, just like this. It's non-destructive because the object will have a modifier armature to it. So it means you can disable, enable it, or you can come back to the pose here, the pose mode, and make everything back in the beginning pose, the basic pose, the static pose. We make Alt J, Alt G, sorry, Alt R, Alt S, okay? And now everything is moved back into the basic pose, okay? So this is the first way. This one we can call it already deformation. Good. So let's say now we would like to have something more robotic. Just a simple example. Let's go with that. We come back to object mode here and we create a new collection that we will call it robotic. Okay, let's go to organic here and robotic. It will be better to understand what's happening. We hide this and we create new object. So I create a new object. This one will be an armature. And this armature here, it will be a little different. I will go with GZ1, and after I will make extrusions with 2, okay? And Shift R, just 4 like this will be enough for what we have to do. Good. Now I would like to create an arm. If a robotic arm, so let's say you have a robot that you did create already, you can put all the tip bones into the center of the articulation here, like in the bone here, in the robot, for example, here. You can see in edit mode here that everything, let's go into the rest position here over there. Like this, you can see what's happening. You see that this bone is in the center of this articulation. Same for this one and same for this one. So this is the way of adding the bones here into the right place. So like this, your robot will act well. So it's important to understand that. Let's say you have, and basically it's like this that it happens usually. So let's not create the armature first, but let's create the arm first, okay? So I will just create very simple mesh with a cylinder like this, that I will go in edit mode and put it here over there. Make a scale like this, scale it into the z-axis, and I just create something freely. I don't want to spend time on see where will be the articulation, the center of the articulation or whatever. It's not my interest here. So I will add just another cylinder to create a shape like that here that will go on top there. And I will do the same way here. Shift DZ to put it over here. And I will add a ball that will simulate kind of articulation over there. And you can make your own style articulations. Okay, so I will just add a ball here. And let's say it will represent here a part of an arm. Okay, so in that case, it will be different objects. It will not be only one object, it will be different objects. One part is an object. So if you see here in the robot part here, For example, here you have one object, this one object, this one, okay? So it's separated objects to make this, this workflow. And here you will just go in front view, duplicate that object with Shift DZ, put it over there, and make Shift R a few times. So let's say you will have the goal to make this kind of possibilities. What we would like maybe just to see how it works, to put really the armature into the right place, I would just maybe make a rotation for this one. Okay, and let's say with this here, I will make a rotation for this one, and I will choose the option active element like this. All the rest will come with it. And let's say I would like to create an armature with that will follow that. Okay, so let's go with an armature. Good. This armature, as we know already, we go into in front like this. We see it in here along the shape. And what we will do, we will just make a GZ. And this part now is important. If you want really to have something centered into the ball, so you just make a selection into this object. So in that case, it could be, for example, this loop that is in the center. Here, this loop over there. So, and I will make Shift S cursor to select it. I will add the cursor there. And now I can go into my bone and make Shift S selection to cursor. And now it's well in place. Now I go in front view, I make just a simple extrusion over there, whatever the extrusion, I go there, select this one, make Shift S, cursor to selected, come back to here, Shift S, selection to cursor, and that's it. So it will work pretty well to place everything perfectly, as you can see. Now I will make the same here, let's go there, Shift S, cursor to selected, and now I come back here, make an extrusion, Shift S, selection to cursor. Good. Next one. Now here you have that one. So Shift S, cursor to selected, and extrusion, Shift S, selection to cursor. If you want to align the bone well, like in the 3D view, because sometimes when you make a little rotation like that, it can create a crazy bone roll. And the roll here is here. So you go into armature, bone roll here, and you can recalculate. You can set the roll yourself by default like this, okay? You can see the different angles with the axis like this. So basically it's the X that we want here. So with Shift Control R, I think it's Control R, the shortcut, you can remake it yourself like this, or you can use the option to recalculate the bone here from different angles. You have the local Z target, X target, and like this it can create a new orientation. In that case, I would just make it myself, okay, to have something clean. And now I can parent the objects to the bones. So what I will do, I will go into stick like this. I will see more what I do. Or maybe even not stick, maybe B bones are better in that case. Let's go there. So now I will have to parent my object not into the armature, but into the bone itself. And to do that, I have to go into pose mode. So I select my object, I select my armature, and then I go to pose mode with Control Tab. Now I select the bone that I want and make Control P, set parent to bone. Okay. If you don't go into this mode, into the pose mode, you will not see the bone appear. So you make this for all the objects. It takes just a little of time because there are sometimes in a robot a lot of objects. So Control Tab, you go there, Control P, set parent to bone. And again, and again. This one, that one, Control Tab, select the bone, Control P, set parent to bone. And now what we have is a rig that will move all these objects. Okay, I will remove the axis here. And if I go into pause mode, you can see that now everything will work as expected. So there are two ways. As you can see, there is the organic way, there is the robotic way. And now we will see how to make a real rigging. We will see a most advanced rigging creation. So we'll make an entire character to see how to build a rig and how to make the constraints, how to make the constraints here, how to make the parenting, how to see if the deformation work well, etc. So we'll see that into the next videos. So the first thing that we will do is creating the rig itself.